What's going on, friends? Back on for another episode today. I got my favorite duck shirt on. It's pretty sweet. I got some new music, back on the chiptunes wagon, but with a different playlist. So pretty happy with this one. Sounding so good so far. Actually, it's a little bit loud though. All right, that's good. I just want to show off a little quick caption, another call out to make a donation. Actually, that's not where I want to send it to. Let's see. Green leaf. I saw today. Here we go. This is what I wanted to share. Boop, 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 boop. Different link. Shout out today to Google. I saw that they are matching donations to any of the donations that are made to support folks that are dealing with tough times in Ukraine. So if you feel so inclined and you want to make your donation go twice as far, hit that link right there. And yeah, that'd be really awesome. And I am going to share my screen because I have a fun announcement to make. Let's hide that. Where are we? There we are. We're starting a new project today. And if you were on the stream yesterday, I went ahead and told you. I only think there was a few people there. But if you were not and you're here and you're curious about what we're going to be working on, I have an idea for a project that I've been wanting to build for a long time that we're going to get started on today. It is either going to be called Banner Battles or Battle Banners with a Z. The reason is it's going to be a project. Let me see. Let me go here. And if I go to twitter.com/HeyAustinGill, what I want to do is I have this idea to generate some banner images, but I wanted to do it sort of on demand and customizable because my idea is to get some generate some Pokemon battle scenes. So it looks like my little image down here is myself being in the Pokemon's position, and then up here on the right would be whatever I'm battling, which my idea was going to be like a JavaScript logo or something like that. So we're going to build something that's going to generate these images, and you can drag it around and maybe fix some stuff. We're going to do it soup to nuts, so we'll see how far we can get. And we're also going to do it with Vite and Vue 3. So I need to pull something down from some assets that I had downloaded a while back. Let me see if I can find those. Do I have... Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, let's see. Give me just a minute while I try and find this stuff. Do I not have it? Okay, so I'm going to close that. I've got a code project open. I'm going to see if I can just drag some of these assets over. No, can I bring that in there, please? No. Okay, fine. I can get around that. So bear with me for just a moment. Where do I need to go? I need to go into my code folder. Let's see if I can paste them there. There we go. We should have some new files in here. There we go. And get these weird random things. Okay, so I have these assets, a couple of files with some assets. So these are like the layouts. There's even some other ones that I feel like I had some more. Where is it? Downloads. Okay. Okay, I've got another ones that I want to copy over. And that should do. Paste those. Oh, did I not get the right ones? Didn't get the right ones. Okay, bear with me one more time. Just a moment longer. I'll copy that. Paste it there. There we go. We got a couple more. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be using here, but yes, perfect. This is what I want. Essentially, what I want to do is like I'm going to have to rebuild these files at some point or rebuild these scenes. So I just have them over for reference, I guess. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do next? So I need to go into my terminal or my browser. And I want to go to Vite.js. Where is it? Vite.js.dev. We're going to get started. We're going to go soup to nuts. So from scratch, I should be able to do create vtest Vite at latest. And I want to do a Vue 3 app. npm extra double slash. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so I think this is going to create a folder. So I want to do that in the current folder. Create. Oh, did I not? Didn't copy that right. Did I miss the npm? I did. So let's go there, back to the beginning, npm. Create that, yes. Current directory is not empty. It would remove existing files and continue. That's not what I want. So let me get. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move up, go to run the same command, call it battle banners. And that should cd, or I want to actually copy banner battles, everything into battle banners. And if I list what's in there, I do see my file, so that's great. So then we can rm rf banner battles and cd into battle banners. Cool. All right, so we should be in there. We should have all of our files. This is not going to work because it's no longer there. We can open up our VS Code instance one more time. And I should have a nice Vite project. What is VS Code? What is this? Extensions. Volar. Yeah, okay. I don't really want that VS Code project in there, though. Public fav icon I'm going to get rid of. Delete that. Delete permanently. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, don't need that. Public folder is fine. We may have public static assets. And I think that's pretty good so far. So let's get going with this. npm install. Oh, this is a good playlist. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to be working with HTML canvas quite a bit here. And I need to install some of my own little personal favorite dependencies. So npm install bedrocks, project that I make and maintain. Utensils, project that I made and maintain. And Particles CSS, a project that I made and I maintain, which is still like early beta, so not quite ready. But this is a good way for me to dog food things. So utensils is going to be a runtime dependency. Particles is actually just a build dependency, so we don't need that there. That looks good to me. And then we can run dev, private true, that's fine. npm run dev. Wow, that was fast. That's so cool. Localhost 3000. Cool. To test hop module replacement. Yeah, that's great. Okay, next thing. I want to get particles set up because I'm going to be using that for styling. Yeah, did I miss the announcement? You may have missed the announcement. Well, if you were Koten, if you were here yesterday, then you got it. We're building a Pokemon battle scene generator for banner images for like social media. So Twitch, Twitter, whatever. We'll figure it out. For now, we're just getting started. I've got these assets that I downloaded from somewhere. I guess I don't need both of these. Let's get rid of that one. So I'm gonna have to decide which version I want to go with. And then I've got these sort of battle scene things. So we'll see. I don't know. I've been wanting to do this for a while. But yeah, what file is a PNG? So I'm gonna have to like cut this out or something. We'll see. Yeah, this will be exciting. I don't know how long this is going to take either. Imagine it's going to be kind of a bigger project. Don't mess this up. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. This should be all right. If what I do terribly for Pokemon, I will make up for with probably not so great HTML and CSS and stuff. Okay, what was I doing? Vite project, right? Styling. Let's see. So styles. I think I'm going to comment out a bunch of these styles to begin with. So then we'll see. What do we got? I should have done something. There you go. That took a little bit. And then components, hello world. That has one style. Let's get rid of this component. Let's start from as scratch as we can. Don't need that. That should be good. What's the surprise? Oh man, you missed the surprise. It was the announcement. We're using Vite.js, Vue 3, a couple of dependencies that I maintain to build a battle banner application. So this is another thing. Since y'all are here early, you get to decide for me. Right now, I'm calling this battle banners, but I'm between that or banner battles. And what this project is going to be is it's going to be a social media banner generator, but it's going to like help you generate Pokemon battle scenes. So that ideally, if we go to Twitter, right? Twitter. No, I want Twitter. There we go. If we go to Twitter, I basically want to generate like scenes that are perfectly positioned for these banner images, and where your little profile picture down here will kind of end up where some of these like Pokemon position things will be. So that way it kind of looks like you're in the battle, and then you're going to be able to either select from a different Pokemon sprite or like upload your own custom image here. And then that would be like, I'll throw up the JavaScript logo there. So should be pretty fun technology in my opinion, and should be pretty cool output that we can all use. I mean, all of us being people that are giant Pokemon nerds and spending too much time on Twitter like me. So yeah, that's the surprise. Hopefully that's interesting. And in the meantime, let's see, where was I? Right. I wanted to see, This is going to be a project. Don't use this in production, but I've been working on particle CSS for a while, and I think it's kind of cool. So I'm going to try dog fooding it. Oh, that's right. This thing, I can't copy this. So it doesn't highlight. Not a very good show. So I'm going to go to Vite config. I'm going to import particle CSS. And I think if all goes well, I should be able to do view and then particle CSS. I don't think the order matters. So with particle CSS, the cool thing here, let's see if I haven't broken anything. Vite. Oh yeah, we didn't answer the question. Do y'all, now that you know what it is, do y'all prefer battle banners or banner battles? Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, pm run dev. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's running, so that's good. Vite seems happy with the new plugin installed. And then how we can actually see if this is working is, let's go back and let's see. I want to import. Is that all this is? Just an image tag? There's nothing else around it? Banner battles. 1 vote for banner battles. So I really care a lot about naming things. But like I think I'm pretty good at naming things. Like Vutensils was pretty good. Bedrocks, that's a good one too. Look at me just patting my. Are my arms long enough to reach around and pat my back? How embarrassing. But yeah, okay. So let's see. We have our div app, and I think that's coming from main.js. App, no. Oh, that's coming from the HTML. Okay, so that's our static div thing, right? Okay. Battle banners. Because it's a banner. Banner battles would sound like it's a game. It does. But then I'm also thinking if enough people have these banners, they're like battling for which one's the coolest one, right? I don't know. So far we're perfectly split, which is excellent. Just the kind of position I want to be in. So I'm going to import from particles. Going to import this CSS function. And why is this messed up? Is that just something that funny that happened? Oh, it's because I don't have. Okay. I need to change. What is the one that I have? I need to set up Volar. I have it installed. I have to enable it. This is still messed up. What's going on there? Okay, am I just being like ridiculous? Oh, I am. Okay, there you go. That's my problem. Okay, so I think battle banners. It's a banner, right? Ooh, it could be a battle. Yeah, get that logic. Naming things. Yeah, that's hard. Okay, so here's what particle CSS does for us is I'm going to wrap this in a main tag. And then I'm going to take this CSS and just get rid of that. And if I still haven't done this right. So I'm going to say const classes equals CSS. Let's do backticks. Backticks. There we go. Just throw that there, and we'll throw that down there. No big deal. Save that. Because we are in Vue.js and this is a setup script, I should be able to reference this directly by saying class equals, need to bind to it so that it's reactive or so that it's using logic. class is classes, and then the last thing I need at this point, yeah, we can see that it's working because this is going to look terrible, but what it does is it generates a bunch of atomic CSS classes based on what you pass in. So a lot of these I'm not actually going to want, like this font stuff, text center, color, margin top. Sure, that's fine. And then the only thing I need to do now is say, I could do it in app.js, but I'm going to do it in main.js and say import at particle css / styles.css. And hopefully, hey, look at that. The styles are coming in. So the cool thing that this project does is it will parse through every time you call this CSS function, and it will generate whatever you pass in as atomic CSS and atomic CSS classes, and it will add those to a style sheet. So it's kind of some magic here, and it looks pretty ugly what you actually get printed out. I probably wouldn't do it for something like the global font family, but when we go throughout the application and we reuse or we reference a lot of these existing styles that we've called out before somewhere else, it won't grow the CSS style sheet. So something I just need to dog food for a while and play around with. So we don't need to worry about it too much, but that's cool. The other thing in main.js is I need to import Bedrock. So I actually have my styles. There you go. Now with Bedrocks, we have automatic light mode, dark mode detection, as well as some font stuff. Okay, let's go back to app. And I'm going to say, it's weird that it didn't auto format. Oh, it's not, I'm not going to have my auto formatting. That sucks. I'll have to figure that out later. Okay, so what do I want this to actually look like? This is where I have no idea what I'm going to be building. I think we're going to have like a main section and then a sidebar where you can sort of configure stuff. So let's start with that, right? I'm going to have a sidebar with a form. I know that. And the form is going to have, oh, this is where I actually want utensils. Copilot knows. Yeah, hello world, exactly. Thanks, Copilot. Yeah, build the rest of my app for me. That's the surprise, is it's just a good old-fashioned bait and switch. I got y'all here to watch me do a hello world demo. Okay, components. So I'm going to want an input component. Let's say app input dot view, and all of this is just going to start really poorly organized because I haven't thought about it. I just know what I want to build. I haven't thought about how I'm going to architect it or anything. So let's see. Setup. No, what is it? View. I want my setup, please. Script setup. Is that in there somewhere? View. JavaScript view. Is that it? That's not what I wanted. Script. Sure, good enough. I'm going to do setup. I'm going to import something from utensils. Import from utensils. Is it utensils or source / components maybe? Import, it's going to tell me. No. The input. And this template is going to return the input. And let's see if that actually does it for me. So we've got our CSS. Going to import the input or app input from slash components app input.view. See what happens if we put that there. We get nothing because no, we do get something. There's my input. Great. So one thing that's cool about this little v-input component is it will tell you if you are doing things incorrectly. Like I don't have a label or a name. So I'm going to say my label is going to be width, and my name is going to be width. And then I don't think I need this. That's my width. Okay, let's go back here. We actually don't need this color. I don't want align center. So that's my app so far. We can say padding of, I don't know. I'm actually going to do this kind of the other cool way, which is to do a function that returns an, well, yeah, a function that returns an object. Is that right? Is that right? There we go. This should now be margin top. And one cool thing about Particles CSS is it also has this TypeScript type definitions. So this will tell us if we are doing something wrong in here. Padding, yeah, you need to be something. Padding, what do we want padding to be? Right. So I want to pass in some reusable values. Particles CSS ships with this tokens value, which I think hopefully TypeScript is going to tell me what's available. Yeah, we've got space. And what do I have available in there? We've got space of 16. I still haven't figured out this API super well, but this will be cool when I have it done. Like, I don't know why I have to use square bracket notation. I would like it to be dot notation, but because it's a number, it's kind of meh, not great. So this is going to be heading, space, margin top. What values do I have available? What are you going to tell me? Okay. In here we have, man, this is actually really not good for dog fooding. Huh. Yeah, I don't get those autocomplete things. So I should have autocomplete in here that tells me what spaces are available. Space. I had it pop up a moment ago, didn't I? I guess not. Okay, well, it's in there. So what closest one that I want is like 64. Yeah, this needs to be fixed. That's not great. But this allows me to have some references to things that are repeatable and like following a defined sort of style guide. It's like failed to reload due to syntax errors or importing non-existent modules. So that's something that's also not great in my app. Works, but needs a manual reload. So I need to look into that. Cool. So we've got that. Width, we're going to do height. I'm also going to do the same app input for a form input. App form. And this is going to be the form. Actually, I shouldn't have to do that. Let's see. View 3 register plugin. Okay. This is what I want. Plugins. Oh, right. Okay, so I need to go back here and do my plugins. So in main.js, create app. So we're going to say const app is going to equal that. And then app.mount. And once we have our app, we can say app. What is it? Plugin? What was it? Register? Plugin? Use my plugin. App.use. And up here, we're going to import utensils from utensils. This should let me use it. And then I need some options. And my options are, why does it keep not telling me what I want it to do? Okay, utensils. Getting started. I haven't documented that part yet. Okay, so I think we should say components can be an array where I can say vform. That should be good enough. And I think I also want input. And with that, I shouldn't have to import this. I should be able to just use this directly. So let's go back to our app. Let's trade form for vform. And let's see if we've got it working. Doesn't look like we do. Properties of undefined. Okay, that is not working as intended. So we'll just go back to doing this how we were. App form, cool. We've got our input. We've got our form. Save that. Now we are pulling that in. We're going to redo what was undone. Hit save. Thank you. I don't know why I'm even doing it this way. I don't actually need to do this. I can just... Well, no, that's fine. We'll do that, and then we'll do the slot here. Okay, that should work as we need it to. Let's go there. We've got our form. Looks like it's working fine. Can I read properties undefined? Reading invalid. Wow, do I have a lot of errors in this that I was unaware of? I'll have to come back to that. So my form, my app, there we go. Okay, so we've got our form. I want another one for height. Another label for height, width and height, perfect. I'm going to want these to have some margin bottom. So instead of doing it this way, I can actually do class equals, and then throw some CSS right in there. Margin bottom of 1 rem. Uh-oh. No, I cannot. In view, this is not... Oh, no, this... I feel like, I guess in view, you can't do it this way. In React, that would have worked. So, very well. Going to do Now I need to see how much I actually like this system. All right, Kotin. You have to know who is my favorite Pokemon. Don't pick. That's a good question. So I definitely played a lot more of the Gen 1 and some of the Gen 2 Pokemon. And to answer that question, I need to know, do you mean like favorite starter Pokemon or just like favorite Pokemon in general? Because I'd say if I'm going to go favorite starter Pokemon, I actually am such a geek about this. I did some, like, I was reading up on some analysis of it, and technically the best starting Pokemon would be Bulbasaur for a number of reasons. One, the first two gyms that you fight are going to have weaknesses to Bulbasaur because I think it's water and then earth type gyms. And then number two, uh, yeah, number two, the reason Bulbasaur is the best of the three starting Pokemon is because throughout the game you can get stronger fire type and stronger water type Pokemon, but there are not stronger grass type. So if you wanted to build a team that incorporated your starting Pokemon, you can technically have like a higher average strength or power or whatever if you use Bulbasaur. And then you could get like one of the stronger fire ones, one of the stronger water ones if you want. So yeah, to do a very super roundabout nerdy way of answering your question, Bulbasaur was the one that I would start with. And before, when I was a kid, before I even knew all of that, Bulbasaur was actually the first Pokemon that I started with. So it's pretty cool. Outside of that, I don't know. I kind of like Slackoth, I think is what it's called. The sloth one. It's pretty good. There's too many these days to really. Can you even have a favorite? 151. You could have favorites. Okay, so already I'm not loving the. I'm not loving what's going on here. So, do I have to? Technically correct answer. Yeah, that's right. So this is kind of annoying because now I'm writing my styles up here, which isn't much different than if I were to like write them here, right? And have just like move this down there. But and then I have my classes there. I guess it's technically pretty similar in the amount of work that I have to do. You missed out on Pokemon? Well, it's not too late. You can go back, but yeah, I get what you're saying. There's a certain magic that comes when it was like when you were a kid, and that was the hotness. But you know, there's always today's games. So, plus, I don't know what consoles you grew up with, but there were some really cool games back in the day too. For, I mean, every console. Did you guys play Metal Slug? That was another one that I was like, I spent so much money at our local ice cream shop because they had the little like Metal Slug arcade, and oh man, we would throw so many quarters in that thing. Yeah, you should totally take advantage of your daughter. Well, that sounded wrong. You should totally take advantage of playing games with your daughter while she's young and get on that Pokemon bandwagon because they're like really fun games. All right, I'm just going to live through what's going on here. Two things I don't like about my project so far, my particle CSS project, is that I need to use square brackets. Not loving that. And that the syntax highlighting isn't helpful for that. That's the bigger issue. Although, you know, I bet I can turn that on. If I go, let me see. If I go my forecast app, and I just copy this guy over here. Maybe it's just because the TypeScript thing was like not firing off quite yet. So let's hit that. That should be good enough. I think, I hope. Let me see. Are you going to tell me? Space. You going to load my actual things? No, you're still not. Where is this coming from? I don't know. All right, let's leave that. I promise this will be a cool thing if I ever actually build it to what I want it to be. In the meantime, let's see. We've got our form, right? Our form is actually generating a form, right? Yep, cool. Form method post. Looks like we've got that right. We've still got some console errors. Looks like vform has an issue with it that I'll have to look into. Reading invalid. Okay, the action is fine to not do anything. What do I need it to do? Let me do const handle submit is going to do, let's see, we'll have the error or the event. We'll say event prevent default, handle submit. This should only happen at submit. What I can do is do prevent. No. At valid. This is a custom event that's fired with vform. That should be at valid is going to equal handle submit. Handle submit. Just going to call that function handle submit. Hopefully this is set up correctly, and I need to add a submit button on there, don't I? That's another input that we need, or another thing that we need. I'm going to copy that and paste that. We're going to rename this app button. This is going to be the button. There's got to be a better way for me to do this. I know that there is. I think in main.js. So I know what I can do. In my plugins, no, in my components. Let's see, register a component. Register component registration. That's what I want. This is what I want. Okay, we're going to do that. And then from utensils /source/components, I feel like I should be able to get it out of here, just utensils as well. I'm going to try and get the button, the form, the input, and then I'm going to say do button, form, input for each component. A component. I'm going to register the component with the component.name. Hopefully, the component name should be on there. We do for each. We close that for each. Hopefully that works. And then I should be able to do the button and say submit. Close that. Man, what is render component root? Huh. Property is undefined. Oh boy, that's going to be some debugging I'm going to have to get into. Oh, is that the problem? That shouldn't be there. Left side of comma, okay. Those should be defined. Well, I'm like overcomplicating this. Let's just simplify. Okay, let's copy paste. Paste. Copy paste. Paste that. That should totally work. 100% that should work. 100% it does not work. Well, that's annoying. All right. Keep chugging then. We've got our button here. We've got import button from the components. That's what our button looks like. Go back to our app. We're going to import the button as well. And that should now be app button. That's working. Well, the point is, like, it should work. So something is going on with my, like, what is going on with this? Man, everything I built, just don't use anything that I build. It's all garbage, apparently. I'm going to get rid of this margin top. Don't love it. And I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a classes object where we'll say main is that. That should go there. That should close off that object. This should now be main.class or classes main. Right, what am I missing here? That looks right to me. That looks wrong. Is that not right? Main. Okay. That should return an object. Object should have padding on it. What are you complaining about? A comma? Am I not seeing something right? Like, oh, I see. Missing. There you go. God, those double parentheses really get you. This is actually, I don't love how this syntax, that's going to keep getting me if I don't address this. So return an object. There you go. Something like that, right? Okay. Cool. So that is my main class or styles. And then the next one is going to be yeah, this is where I think Tailwind might actually be kind of nice. I created this because I don't like having to remember all of the Tailwind atomic CSS classes. And this way, if I know CSS, I can just write CSS. But if I just want to tack on like a couple classes, Think. Because I basically want some class there. I mean, ideally, the right approach is if I can get this working the same way it works in React, where I can say that the class equals, and then I can just do CSS. Cool. Let me just tack on whatever I want here, right? I can do that, and return padding of p dot space at 16, whatever other styles I would want there. Let's get rid of this to see if I can see if this will run. Close that function off. Yep, context.css is not a function. So that's the problem. Okay. The problem is my view doesn't know about what this function is. So let's say function I don't know, VCSS. We're just going to say const VCSS equals CSS. So now VCSS should be defined. CSS is not defined. Where is CSS? Oh, shoot. I know what's going on here. Okay. This actually makes sense. So the way that particle CSS works is it will look through your code and it actually gets rid of all of this runtime dependency. So by the time that our code runs, this line is deleted. This whole line is replaced with just a string. So it doesn't have a runtime. But that also means that this function is undefined. So it will be possible for me to do this in the future. But that's interesting. Essentially, there's no way for Vue to know what this is at the time that it gets to the template. Interesting. All right, we can move on. We're just going to say margin bottom is going to be T of margin bottom. Yep, I'm going to replace that with a string because I think that that's a little bit easier. Bottom. Okay, I know how I want to do this now, actually. I'm going to create a file called CSS. What is it? CSS, CSS.js, CSS classes.js. Atomic classes. Let's see that. Atomic classes.js. What this will be is export const. This is not good. I don't like this. Don't love this. All right, well, we'll stick with this and see how it feels. Import CSS from particles. At the bottom is going to be CSS. It's going to equal CSS. We'll take the tokens. Margin bottom 16. Going to be that. We're going to return. This is not good. This is not a good system I've built. It's got a lot of work to do. So it's margin bottom of T, not that, space of 16. Okay. I think that's good enough. Now let's do some more ugly stuff and import from dot slash atomic classes.js. That should give me margin bottom 16. Yeah, this is no good. I don't know what I'm doing with my life with that sort of system I'm building. Don't use it. Cool. So we have our inline classes. File doesn't exist, huh? Atomic classes. Make sure we grab that. View. Oh, that's why. Atomic classes. Okay, that's still not quite working, is it? This guy should have a class of if I just set that to margin bottom 16, is that even passing through? It's not even adopting the. I think I know what's going on here. My input, instead of that, I'm going to do this. Export default b input. Try that. Still not working, huh? Boy, it's been a lot of stuff not working with this today. Oh, that's my app now. I got rid of my inputs for some reason. What's going on here? Unhandled error during execution mounting this, right? Okay, we saw that. All right, well, I've got a lot of errors I need to fix. So let's see if we can get this back in working order. I think I have a problem with this. So I'm going to say that that's the form. We're going to say on submit.prevent. We're going to handle the submit. We're going to get rid of these unused things and get back to the app in a working state. Interesting, that's still having issues. Okay, my inputs are not rendering. And this should work. Missing required prop label on my app input. Okay, I've somehow managed to break my app beyond repair. It looks like I have. Oh yeah, I've got some memory issues going on here. Somehow, that's what the problem was. There was some memory issues that were just like re-triggering the app to load. Seems to be somewhat fixed now. Let's see if we can access these classes. I was so excited for this to work at the beginning of this project, but now I should probably just get it working with things that work. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's actually scaffold out this application. We're not going to do any of the styling stuff because clearly this project, Particle CSS, is not ready for that. So let's see what we can do instead. Got my form. When I hit submit, we should get a log to the console. We're not getting anything. That's also great news. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Feels good. Oh, right. That's because this needs to be a submit button. Type equals submit. Okay. How's that looking? There we go. We've got our submit event. That's awesome. That's going to be my sidebar. I also am going to need, let's see. So we'll have the width and the height. I'm going to need a canvas element. Let's see, canvas. And then these are going to have to be split up so that one of them is like display flex or like a grid container. So we'll have a left side and then a right side, I think. Okay, let's see. Oh, shoot. It is 4 o'clock. That means I got to run. Got to go because I'm about to jump on another stream back to back. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll get some of these things worked out and we can actually make some more headway tomorrow at 3 p.m. All right. Have a wonderful evening.